All right, welcome. Welcome to just kind of a debriefing from today's heinous debacle. Let's jump in and see what we can see in the chart today and do some afternoon live TA for you, okay? Let me know when you get in here. I'm going to try to find us on in the group here in the on Facebook. Not Facebook, on YouTube, wherever I am. There we go. Let me know when you're in. Do a little debriefing today. See two of you. Welcome. Glad y'all are here. We are going to look at Bitcoin here and take a peek and see where we think it's headed. I see four of you in. Da-da-da. Wow. Let me know when you're here. Let me know if it sounds good. My last vid is was on just importance of stops and entry, and I'm going to talk about what I'm seeing here, and I want to talk to you about. Yeah, it was very unexpected, brother, very unexpected. But I want to talk to you. Hindsight, we can learn some stuff, and so I want to show you what I'm seeing and warn you. I want to warn you guys about what's potentially to come. So we got four of you here. Um, there is a potential count here, guys, that this correction right here, we still have that downside to come. Okay, but this correction right here that I have here is actually expanded flat. I'm gonna yeah, I mean, I know it sounds funky, but am I still bearish? Yeah, but I want to just talk to you about all the potential paths of Bitcoin. So, yep, I see four of you still. I thought we'd have more by now. Let me just uh, put the word out here in Telegram that um, I'm live. All right. All right. I want to kind of wait till some other people get in. So, hey, Ad, what's up, man? Glad you made it. Hey, James. Hey, Hami. Hey, Max. What's up? I want to talk about what I just wanted to kind of give you guys a debriefing here and talk about some things that we can learn as well as what price is doing. I hope today that we were all trading this to the downside, expecting this to be a four wave and then going down, right? So we were trading this to the downside, which makes a lot of sense considering the sentiment. Uh, there often has to be a reversal, but I want you to be careful here, guys. This reversal doesn't have to stick, and I want to just show you a bear count, and I want to show you a bull count, and let you guys just have the information, okay? But I want to remind you of some, three rules, guys, that you've got to. I just want to talk to you about trading here, okay? And the importance of this mindset that I'm going to share with you, okay? First off, you have to understand that any idea presented by me or any other trader on the internet or anybody or even yourself, any idea that you have has the potential to be wrong, okay? And you need to always be skeptical of your own ideas. You need to disbelieve your own ideas. You need to make sure that even your own ideas could potentially be wrong. I'm looking at the smaller time frame here. We're getting a push up right now. All right. I think this is a flat up here at the top. I think it's going to head down. Pretty certain, but let me see here. But I'm going to keep talking while I do a little TA here. You need to make sure, guys, that your own ideas are you're skeptical and you have an exit plan for your own ideas. 1 to 1 here is at 87.63. We'll have to watch that guy and see what happens. The 786 has just been hit, so um, this could come on up as well. Um, so today, my trade idea was that this was actually part of a correction, and that we were going to retrace to the 382 or something like that, and then head down, right? And I said in the video today, and I felt very strongly that we were going to hit that and bounce, and actually we did. We did bounce a couple of times on those fibs. Let me just turn my sound off on my phone here, guys. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of. There we go. There we go. So, and we got some bouncing action, but it was just relentless. It kept going. And so we had a stop here. We had a stop set when our trade was at right here at the 77.50. Once we passed it, but it just took off and it scared everybody right there. So, once it took off after the 1618, buddy, it was on. And so this is why we had our stops right here, because once it hit that region, our trade was invalidated. And so you have to have the mindset that when the trade becomes invalidated, you got to get out, okay? So ideas we always have ideas about trading, okay? And we're always trying to trade the best ideas, okay? Some people had ideas to go long. I had an idea to go short. Our idea was wrong today, but my idea was right last week and the week before. So it's just a matter of time where all your ideas aren't going to be right. And so we have to understand that about trading, that even me, I don't always believe wholeheartedly that my idea is going to work out. That's why I enter a trade skeptically. And you guys too need to enter your trades very skeptically. You need to be nervous about your trade to a proper degree, not fearful, but just you need to be have a proper understanding and a proper respect for the market, okay? Because the market will kill you like this. Now the market does come back, and guys, this market is gonna come back. It's gonna retrace. Now where it goes and how it goes, I can't tell you, okay? But let me just show you several places. As the market came up on three pumps, this market came back here, okay? I can just take you to everywhere in the chart and just show you time and time again where the market came back, okay? Even in this pump right here, guys, the market, you had several opportunities on the pumps. You always have an opportunity after a pump for there to be a retrace and a way to get out, okay? So the markets do come back, but it doesn't come back necessarily more than once. This right here, I was looking on the chart to find a candle that was the same size, and I can't find a candle anywhere the same size on the chart as that one. So now, I want to talk to you about the 3 rules I have for trading I mentioned today. I want to remind you. First off, you got to have the rationale for your trade. If you don't have the rationale, you can't enter a trade. Number 2, I'm trying to hit enter. My enter button's not working. What in the world? So you got to understand, why are we entering a trade, okay? But more importantly as importantly as the rationale is, you've got to know why is a trade or where is a trade invalidated. So where does the rationale invalidate? Okay, that's critical that you know that Okay, because finally, then you have to ask yourself the question: um, once that trade is invalidated, okay, where do you put your stops there? Stops at the invalidation point. Why do you put your stops there? Because once the invalidation has happened, you have no reason to be in that trade any longer. Okay, so today's trade got invalidated. Okay, so just and once it invalidated, what kept a lot of people in that trade is hope. Hope that maybe it's just going to come back. Hope that it was a fake out. Hope that it was this or that. Okay, we put our stop where all of that hope goes out the window. You got to get hope out of your mind. You got to get hope that a trade is going to turn around for you is not a reason to stay in a trade. So you've got to kill hope. You've got to kill it. It is bad for trading. It is bad for your account. Another thing you're having trouble with most likely is when you see a small negative amount. You're like, oh, I don't like that, and you don't like stop outs because you lose $100, you lose $150. Well, that's so much better, guys, than losing $1,000 or however much when you let a trade go or having an account liquidated and losing the entire account. So feel what it feels to lose $100 as opposed to what it feels to lose $1,000. Okay, you've got to, before you enter the trade, guys. Before you enter the trade, you've got to know that invalidation point, and you need to have set the stop or be ready to cut it. But don't trust yourself because how many times have you trusted yourself or wanted to cut a trade, and then hope kept you from doing it, and you're like, maybe it'll come back, and it just never does. And then the more that negative number grows, the more you're hoping, well, maybe it'll come back and I'll just stay in longer. And then you have that psychology that says, "Oh no, now as soon as I cut it, price is going to come back." And so then you got that circular. I know exactly what that feels like. I have the same psychology. I have the same problems that you guys go through. But you've got to put discipline into your life to kill that. Because if you don't kill fear, hope, and greed, and you're going to lose money. And so what we try to do is we try to find trade entries, guys, that where there's low risk, where the stop is very close. Let me just remind you and show you the beauty of this trade setup that we had today. Even though we lost it, it shouldn't have been that bad. It shouldn't be as bad as. Let me show you why it shouldn't be so bad. We had no reason to get in the trade right here because the price action was pumpy, right? And so our entry was set. I said, hey, we have no entry at 7,600. We watched price at 7,668. If once we saw this wick here at 1618, you might have tried to get in there, but shoot, if it went $50 on you, you're out of the trade. Really, the stop was so close here that it should not have been a tough. Even if you entered in this region, it should not have been a tough loss because the stop is so tight. Okay, so guys, keep your stops tight. Enter where the stops. Enter as close to the stop point as you can. So some of you aren't being as patient as you need to be as well in your entries. So be more patient in entering the trade. Now I want to talk to you about just a bearish count and a bullish count that I'm seeing here, guys, about where Bitcoin might be going. Okay. So just remember the three rules for entering a trade. Number one, the rationale. You got to understand the rationale for your trade. And then you've got to have an invalidation point. When does that rationale break down? Whenever that breaks down, that's where your stop goes. And then the third thing you really need to do is ask yourself, are you okay losing the money? Are you okay losing that money where your entry point is and where your stop is? Calculate what your loss will be and decide to be okay with it. And if you're not okay with it, you don't enter the trade. Okay, look for a better entry somewhere else where the stop is closer if you're not happy with it. If you can't go through that process of thinking before the trade, then you should never trade that. Okay, all right. Yes, play with small amounts. If you're right with your predictions, you'll win eventually. But if you're wrong with your system, you will lose small when you play small. That's right. That's right. Learn putting small position on first just in case. Yeah. Start small. So what what a lot of people do, and I haven't spent a lot of time talking about it. There's so much to learn in trading, but is if whatever you're planning to trade, divide it by three or divide it by four, and put a third of what you really want to be trading. You ladder in basically, and then once the trade goes your way, okay. On the first little pullback or a candle that kind of comes back on you, add some more to it, and you can ladder in there. Okay, and that's another thing that you can do to help you guys. Um, Now, let me just talk about a potential here that I'm seeing. Now, what concerns me right here, guys, and this is very, very, I want to warn you. This is a strong warning, and I want you guys to really, really listen here. What concerns me about this wave structure, guys, right there, there's something in here that's really, really concerning to me. Okay? What's concerning to me is that I only have three waves right here. That is a clear three-wave structure. All right? The measurements for that wave also concern me, and I want to show you why. Okay. I want to show you here. We've got a sorry. Last night, those of you who were in class, we have a three-wave structure. We have a three-wave structure that breaks the beginning of the A leg of the correction. Okay. Three waves. And now we have a five-wave structure right here. What is that called when we have a three-wave structure, a three-wave structure, and a five-wave structure? Does anybody know what that is? Anybody with me? Technically, right now it is a running flat, but this is actually going to be an expanded flat. It's an expanded running flat technically right now, unless we go higher. Okay, what is an expanded flat? I talked about this in class last night. We got a three-wave up, a three-wave down that goes below the origin of A, and then we got a five-wave structure to the upside. Now I want to show you here on this chart, right here on this website, what a expanded flat measures as far as the Fibonacci's are concerned. Okay, here's an expanded flat where you have a three-wave A, a three-wave B, and the B goes higher than where the A started, and then you have a five-wave structure to the downside. Okay, so the guidelines for that is that you have three waves in the A, three waves in the B, and then five waves in the C. Okay, the subdivision of that A and B wave are any corrective three waves, any three waves, zigzags, flat, double three, triple three, whatever. You can have three. Um, and then the B, let's see, the wave B of the 335 pattern terminates beyond the starting of the A. Wave C ends substantially beyond the ending level of A. Wave C needs to have momentum and divergence. Okay, so wave C needs to have momentum and divergence, and we do have both of those. So the Fibonacci relationship of wave B is 1.236. 123.6, the size of A. Okay, and C is going to be the 123.6 to 1618 of AB. Now let me show you the measurements here, and this is very interesting. Okay, so in an expanded flat, guys, here's the A wave right here. Okay, so let's measure the A wave, the retrace of it. And if you'll notice, get it right on the tick here. If you'll notice, the B wave is three waves, okay? 1, 2, 3. That's a 5-3-5 correction. And that 5-3-5, it measures to the 1, 2, 3, 6 of the A wave. It's 123.6. So that B fits directly. I mean, it wicked beyond it, but that's it. It fits. It's 123.6% of the A wave. All right. The next piece of that puzzle is if we measure the extension of AB, you see that we came and tagged the 1276. Now, an expanded flat can come all the way up to the 1618. So we could be going to 9182, okay? $9,200 for all intents and purposes. We could be heading up to that. I don't know that we're going straight up to that. I simply mean that we could be going up there, but we could also be done. Now, we do have two things. If you'll notice that we have much momentum in that C leg, and we have divergence. Down here, you see my line here on this is the 6-hour chart. Okay, you can see from this peak here to this peak here, price is going down, but the RSI is going up. Okay, so we have all the criteria here, guys, for an expanded flat. So what that means is that our correction may not be over, that the downside is about to come, and it's going to come pretty hard. Let me show you what I think could happen. I believe my count is still correct, but the B just finished, or the B is finishing today, or has finished already, or it needs to go up to 92 or 91, 90. What was it? 9182, I think it was. Okay. I think it could be done, but it could go up a little bit more. Let me show you here. I think my count is still correct. So I'm going to put my triangle on here. Right there. So I think we're still dealing with the W, and then the X is a triangle, and then a Y wave, okay? But that Y wave, guys, needs to be three waves, and it needs to be a 5-3-5. And what we have here, I mean, it needs to be a 5-3-5 because we started with a 5 wave. Now we have an expanded flat B wave, and now I think we're going to get another 5 wave to the downside. That's what I believe is going to happen. I tell you what, expanded flats are hard to see when they're being made because it looks like it's more downside. Okay, I learned a couple of things from this count. One of the things is that this 3 wave came right down. This third wave came right down to the 1-to-1 extension, and I saw it, and I was like, this thing has to keep going, but it didn't. And I need to remember for the next time that when we're at the bottom of a wave structure, and then I get a 3-wave looking thing that looks like a 1-to-1, I need to really, really consider that, because you'll notice that we have right here this wave to this wave. It came and tagged the 1-to-1 extension, and so that's what I'm looking at, and that's what I want to learn from on this particular one. I think we've got an expanded flat correction, and that we're going to be coming down. Now, I don't know if this wave is done. It's really hard to tell. When they go straight up, it's almost impossible to count. But where do I think we'd be coming down? Well, again, the 1-to-1 extension of this Y wave here is right here. 1-to-1. We got a 60-54 1-to-1 extension. Still $6,100 is the bottom target potentially. And we might get a 5-wave push down to the downside to finish that out. I don't know that that's going to happen. I could be completely off base right now. I could be completely wrong. But that is what I believe that we have based upon the evidence that I just gave you, that this is indeed an expanded flat. I know that Raphael in our group was talking about it could be an expanded flat. I finally got home to really analyze whether it could be. And I think this is an expanded flat. Expanded flats, guys, are designed to wreck everybody. So let's talk about how we could have seen it and know to do it. A couple of the telltales that we saw today that we can, so we don't make this mistake again. Because part of trading is learning. We're still trying to beat the market, and you can still make money in this market. So if you had the proper stop in place, you wouldn't have gotten wrecked today. Okay, so we already talked about that, but you would have missed the move. Okay, and that's fine. Now, everybody, right now, what's the sentiment of the market, everybody? What is the sentiment of the market right now? What's everybody thinking? I'll let you guys answer that one. See who's listening. 51 of you here. Welcome, guys. Glad y'all are around. I'm gonna have to go here in about 10 minutes or so. So yeah, everybody's thinking moon and up, right? Would it not be just? It's very very bullish. That's right. Now, I wanna be ready for me to be wrong, right? I want to be ready to be wrong. So my bear count for this is that this is in a three way, and the strong. I mean, I've got a three wave there, and this is a three wave. You can't get anything else out of that. That is not a five wave move. It is a three wave move without a doubt. And that's why I believe we have an expanded flat. This is a five wave move to the upside. This is a 3-3-5. Okay, and I just went through that information for those of you that just joined us. Okay. Um, yeah, XRP doesn't look as bullish as it appears. Um, it barely made a new high, so I'm not. Yeah. Anyway, let me just finish this train of thought. So yeah, I'm looking for a five wave move to the downside. I don't know what it's going to look like, but it's going to be some kind of five wave move to the down to get down here to 60.51. Now, what kind of market maker play would that be? We had a short squeeze today. And now we're going to get the longs because everybody's going long now. We're looking for a pullback and then we're going long, right? Not yet. I don't think we're ready for it yet, personally. I think we've got one more move to the down and, we'll see what happens. But that's what expanded flats are designed to do. Screw you up big time. We had one right here. We had an expanded flat right here. Let's look at it. We had a three right here is an expanded flat. See that? We had a three wave move and a three wave move, and then we had a five wave move. Okay? And so that's a 3-3-5. 3-3-5. And then it went down. Okay? Same thing. We just got another one. We got a 3, and a 5. Okay? Except it was much more powerful. Yeah, I don't have the answer to that question about BitTorrent. I'm not sure. Um, so I think we're going down, guys. I do. I think we're heading down. I'm not just trying to be a bear just to be a bear. I just think that that's a play of the market. We wrecked the shorts. Now we're going to wreck the longs, and everybody's going to get wrecked. And the people that are going to win are the market makers and the exchanges. Okay. Yeah, man. That's right. Um, September 11th. Let me find September 11th, brother. Yeah, right there. Yep. That is true, and that went up pretty strongly too, didn't it? Didn't it, Dean? Sure did, buddy. Here's another flat here, guys, an expanded flat. You got a three wave here, a three wave here, and then a straight up move, and then it tanked. Okay? There seems to be in this correction a lot of expanded flats. Boom, 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 boom. And now we got another one right here. It's just big. Boom, boom, boom. There it is. Okay, so the purpose of this video is to talk about what I think is going to happen. I think we're going down. And you know how hard it is to make this video today? You know how hard it is to step up and say what I'm saying right now? I totally did not want to put myself out here to do this, but I'm doing it anyway. It is what it is. Today, I was like, I always want you guys to be prepared for me to be wrong. The losses that you guys have incurred and getting wrecked today hurts me as much as it hurts you guys. So I mean, I hate seeing what you guys are dealing with here. I want to see you putting stops in the right places and keeping your the risk very 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 small. Okay, I'm here. This channel is about teaching you how to trade. It's not about telling you how to spend your money. Obviously, this isn't financial advice, but I've been sad all day long. I've just been really really um, frustrated with you and for you. And I wish I could have wish I could have seen that flat a little bit better. The conundrum of this wave was the three wave structure. I should have seen it. So that was a one-to-one extension and a three wave. Let me tell you something. It's going to be in my mind to look for that again. I'm going to look for expanded flats, especially when I see a three wave that doesn't look right. So. I know, guys. I care about people, and I appreciate that, guys. I care about you guys, and I just don't want to see. Uh, I don't. Aries, I'm not a big fundamental guy. I believe everything's in the chart, and really, hindsight, I just missed this in the chart. I didn't see it. My brain was focused too much on bear, and I wasn't disciplined enough, I suppose, in my technical analysis to force myself to look for the bull count and make that case to myself. So anyway, um, here's the long count. And so here my problem with the long count is that I have three waves. Okay, so that's my problem with the long count, that I have three waves there. It's not five waves, it's three waves. And so that's why I'm pretty certain we got a three wave, and then a five wave. But if I'm wrong, then this has got to be some kind of a wave one reversal. Oops, sorry. This has got to be some kind of a wave one reversal. The problem with this being a wave one reversal, guys, usually when we see wave one reversals, here's the way they operate. I mean, this was from 31 to 42. That's $1,000 move from the 15th to the 24th. That took 10 days to finish. That took 5 days to finish that. Wave ones generally don't come up so impulsively. They tend to meander up and it surprise everybody. Okay? So the fact that this came, what in the world? Get off my screen. That this came up so hard is very, very shocking, very, very surprising. Okay? So again, I'm not leaning to a bull count. I'm not seeing it. This looks like the finish wave of a flat, because remember what the rules are. The C needs to have momentum and divergence. Momentum, divergence. Okay? So it needs to have, and so we have it. I mean, we got it. It moved. It had momentum. And the two measurements of the B and the C wave have come right to where they need to come. I'm pretty strongly, I feel very strongly about downside still to come. But this has to be some kind of a one wave. So let's zoom in a little bit and see if we can count this one wave. I mean, how do you count this? Let me go to 30 minutes. Best I've got here is this is 1, 2. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. Either that, we're going to have that, and that's going to get us up to the 91, or it's finished. Okay? And this is always the hard part when we have these straight up candles. We don't know if it's finished or if there's more upside to come. It's really, really hard to tell. Okay? Wax, the only problem I have, Wax, with that is that we've got a three-way, we've got an expanded flat here, man. Right here. And if that's not an expanded flat, then somebody has to explain this as a five-wave move. It can't be five waves, and the reason it can't be is because that this is the 1, 2. If that's 3 and that's 4, that came into the region of 1. That breaks the rules. Okay, I mean that you've got to be able to count that as a five-wave move, and it's not a five-wave move. This comes to a one-to-one extension. Okay, and you don't even have a three-wave extension in here when you measure the one wave. If this is a one wave, you don't even have, this comes to the one-to-one here, one-to-one here, and that's the 3. It didn't even come down here at all. So you got a one-to-one here, so you've got basically what you've got here is a three-wave move. Then you got a three-wave move, and then you got a five-wave move, or is that 3? I don't even know. So I guess my point is that there's another way you can also call this a diagonal, a diagonal wave. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a five-wave move, a three-wave move, and then a five-wave move. That's a 5, 3, 5 correction. So that's the reason why I'm struggling here. Is this a one of the three-wave to the upside? I mean, I suppose that it could be. Um, 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 I suppose that it could I always said rules are made to be broken. Yep. Excuse me. Yeah, I'll check XRP in a little bit. So anyway, this looks like a 1-2-1-2 right there, which is ultra bullish. That's it was appearing like a triangle last night, and it really did look like a triangle the way it was formed. I think that was intentional, which really gave me a lot of confidence that we were in that four wave. Right there, you can see this triangular shape here. And so I thought we were getting the triangle. We didn't get the triangle at all. So that's another reason I thought we were in our four wave. We are going to get one more push to the downside at least. Okay. All right. So yeah, how do you count this? I don't know if it's finished. It may have another push. It's probably going to go sideways for a while, just so everything calms down in the market, and then we're going to have a push to the upside, or we're probably going to have one more just a slam to the upside. We could get up to that $9,000 mark, and then we're going to correct it. But even if it's a one wave of wave three, then what we've got here, we've got some kind of five wave move. Okay, what comes after that, guys? We're going to have a three wave move to the downside. It's going to be 50. We're going to have hopefully a move that comes about 50 to 61%, even to 786. We should see a retrace substantially, regardless of whether it's a five wave move or we're going down. We're going to see some downside soon. I don't know if we've got one more push or not, but we should see some downside eventually. You might have to wait it out a month or something like that, or a couple of weeks for that to come down, to slice its way down, or you can trade it down. Do whatever you want to do. So anyway, that's what we're looking at, guys. If it's a bull count, because if it's a bull count, then what we got on our hands, this is a one, and that's a two, and then we're going to have a three wave. The three wave extension, if I just put that on here, if I just roughly guess, one, two, three, four, five. Okay, there's five waves. We would expect after that some kind of a pullback, and then off we go. Okay, so this would probably be the one wave of the one wave of the third wave, and we're going to the moon. Okay, so there's a moon count for you. I'm not convinced of it, and the reasons I'm not convinced of it are because of what I shared with you about this being a flat. Guys, I am out of time. My wife is in a production tonight, and I'm going to go see her act in a production in St. Joseph, Missouri, and so we're heading on. Anyway, I wish I had more time for you. Um, Still five wave 3333. Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, I don't see this being a standard shape five waves there. I will, Seth. I'll tell her to break a leg. Definitely do it. So they're putting on Sister Act. If you remember that movie with Whoopi Goldberg, well, they've got a musical on Sister Act, and so anyway, she's part of that. She's a dancing nun in the show. Anyway, guys, that's what I'm thinking right now. I hope that helps you. Don't forget, whenever you trade, you need to have a rationale. You got to know where that rationale invalidates, and you got to know where to stop that thing. Please live by those rules, please, so that if we're wrong in what we think, you guys can you stop your trades out and not get wrecked. You just miss out on a little profit, and you come back and you get the next trade, and we're not worried about it. All right, guys. I got. Sorry, I don't have more time to look at XRP or anything else. But that's my take on the market. You guys have a fantastic weekend. Okay. All right. We'll talk to you later. I'm gonna cut the stream now. Bye bye.